Alright, so welcome back, and now we got the second part time, and now we got big teams. Now we got the big teams, the humongous teams. So we have to see. And now we got England. And, well, it's time to dive into this now. So this is going to be the exciting part now to talk about. And now we got England, we got goalkeepers. Are Jordan Pickford, Dean Henderson, and Sam Johnstone. Now, Jordan Pickford is probably going to be the number one, undoubtedly. And he's obviously a fine keeper. I don't think he's that terrible. He could be better, but I don't think he's bad. Dean Henderson is for the future. I think he's going to be the future really good goalkeeper. We'll have to see. And Sam Johnstone is overall a fine keeper. He really had a good season. Despite West Brom getting relegated, he was the one who made actually most saves in Premier League this season, which is incredible. He really dragged that West Brom team. And really, I do think that he's probably going to be picked up by a bigger, better club. Hopefully, he hopes he's better because he has a lot of, well, not potential because he's 28, but still he's a really good keeper. So I do think he deserves it. Congrats to him. But this keeper, and hopefully he probably gets out to West Brom. But obviously these keepers are really good. I do think that England has really good keepers there. Obviously, it's just shameful that Sam Johnstone probably would not have got it if it was Nick Pope. If Nick Pope was here, I probably would have started him over Jordan Pickford. But yeah, this is a squad overall. So I do think it's bad. It's not bad, so we have to see. But yeah. And we matter how, but Nick Pope is really unlucky with the injury. So you're really unlucky for Nick Pope, but yeah, that's how it is. That's how the group grumps. The defenders, and now they're unlucky here. As you can see, no Trent Alexander-Arnold. Why? Where is Trent Alexander-Arnold? Everyone's asking. Well, I'm pretty sure y'all know. Trent Alexander-Arnold got injured in the friendly, so he's gonna be missing the Euros. Really, he's got an injury against Austria. He's gonna be missing the Euros. And him missing the Euros is very, very bad for England. But they had 4 defenders. They weren't about if Trent is gonna go or not. And he was gonna go. He was going. But his injury made him miss the Euro. So this is really bad, and I really feel bad for Trent. That's just how it is. But now there are still things. But then this actually allowed Southgate to go and not bring 4 right backs. Because bringing 4 right backs it's not, when you bring 4 right backs, it's not really like the most wise choice. Like, no, you have only 2 left backs, is it? How many left backs do you got? We got Luke Shaw, okay, you got Luke Shaw, Ben Chilwell, only 2 left backs, and yet you bring 4 right backs. The wise thing would be bringing 3 right backs and 3 left backs. So that's one thing that was done. But now we see, okay, you know what, let's see, who did they bring? Well, Kyle Walker is a really good player. He's playing with 32. Luke Shaw had an incredible season with Manchester United, so he deserves to be, and I think he's going to start. Maybe. Who knows if he's going to start ahead of Ben Chilwell or not, but both have been really good. Who else? John Stones had a really good season with City. We have to see how he does. Harry Maguire he's coming back from his injury, but he had a good season at United, so I do think he's going to be really important to that defense. Kieran Trippier had a really good season at Atletico Madrid while winning the La Liga, so obviously he's also going to be an important key part of this England team. Tyrone Mings, now this is where it gets interesting, because Tyrone Mings is not exactly the best choice ever. I don't think so. I prefer Ezri Konsa over Tyrone Mings. I think Tyrone Mings is probably the one I would have not taken, but yeah, I guess it's gonna work out. I guess that's just how it works. Another is Connor Cody, probably not the one I would have taken, but it's the one they took. Obviously, the centre backs is kind of where it gets, obviously you can play Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire, but the backups are just not really that good, so we have to see. Ben Chilwell is a really good left back. I do think he deserves to be taken, and he is, so yeah. And now this is where it gets Ben White. So, because no Trent Alexander-Arnold, they decided to use Ben White, and I probably would not have taken Ben. Actually, no. Ben White is not the worst. Like, probably if you got rid of, like, Tyron Mings, I think there are better center backs that to take than Ben White. You could have taken Ben Godfrey, who had a really good season at Everton. Fikayo Tomori, who had a really good season with AC Milan. I think you could have taken those guys instead. Or, what you could have done is take Ben White, but also ditch Tyron Mings and Connor Cody, and bring those two that I just mentioned instead. Or, I personally would have ditched Tyron Mings and Connor Cody, brought Ben Godfrey and Fikayo Tomori. I would not have brought Ben White. Instead, I brought a left back. I would brought a left back instead, and yeah. Although having two left backs is probably, I think they should, since they went with like three left, they probably right backs. They probably should have also went with three left backs. So we have really very questionable there, but yeah. Now the midfield you got is Declan Rice. Obviously, he's going to be starting. He's going to be a holding midfielder that is going to be number 6. So yeah, I expect him to be really good. Jack Grealish is also going to be really good, I think, for England. So we have to see how they do. Jack Grealish. Jordan Henderson is coming back from his injury. I do think they're bringing him for the leadership and to be like there. So it's going to be interesting how he does. Calvin Phillips obviously had a good season with Leeds. So like how Declan Rice had a good season with West Ham and Jack Grealish had a good season with Aston Villa. Calvin Phillips had a good season at Leeds United. So I don't think he deserves to be bought. But then this is where I have a lot of questions. And the reason is because while, of course, I didn't mention how you could have brought 3 left backs maybe, I actually, instead of that, another variant which you could have done instead of bringing Ben White was bringing, I personally would have brought James Ward-Prowse. I think James Ward-Prowse had a great season with Southampton. I do think that he deserves to be in this England squad, but he isn't, which is kind of sad because we all know that he's overpowered when it comes to set pieces. Like, he's really good at them, and that could have been used by England for their advantage. They did not do it, so there you go. Jadon Sancho, obviously going to be a key part in the left mid or the winger. He's going to be really good. Mason Mount as well had a great season with Chelsea. Phil Foden had a great season at City. Bukayo Saka had a great season with Arsenal. And Jude Bellingham had a great season with Dortmund. So yeah, those are guys that are probably going to be like the future, I guess, of England. So yeah, I do expect them to have a big season. We have a really big Euros, so we have to see how they do in Euros. But I do think that the midfield overall is good. Again, I'll probably drop James Ward-Prowse, but yeah, that's how it is. And now you got forwards. Forwards are Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I honestly don't see. Actually, I do see one thing wrong with this. I personally would not have brought Raheem Sterling. Listen, Raheem Sterling has done well in past. We all know that he has done well in past. He had a lot of rhythm. He was a really good player overall. We do know that he has done well in past. But for this season, Raheem Sterling was not good at all. Like, I do think there were better options for Raheem Sterling. Like, maybe James Maddison could have been brought in the midfield and put Jack Grealish on the wings. Maybe that could have been a play. Like, I do think that could have been one of the choices that Southgate could have made, that Gareth Southgate obviously could have made for England to change the squad. But I personally would not have brought Raheem Sterling, but I guess overall the attack is fine. Marcus Rashford is coming back from his injury, I think. Well, I know he had something, but no, never mind, no. But Rashford is coming. Rashford, I think, is going to have 5 Euros. Dominic Calvert-Lewin to be Harry Kane's backup, and Harry Kane obviously coming in, who I personally believe should have been voted as best Premier League player of the year. Because he had a really good season with Spurs. Top goal scorer and top assist maker. Yeah, I don't know why, but that's something for later videos. That's for another video, but yeah, I think this is overall a fine England squad, but I obviously do think that England is probably going to go their jeans and choking. I do think they might. but we have to see just how. Let's see if Gareth Southgate proves the doubters wrong. Now we got Finland, and this is not gonna take a long time because all I have to say is if there's anyone who's if there is anyone who's watching with Finnish or from Finland, do not take this as an offense, but I don't think your club. I don't think you're really ready for these Euros. You'll literally your squad. I honestly don't know most of these players. Really. I cannot really assess them. I guess Lucas Hradecky is a good keeper, really good keeper. So I guess he's gonna save you. And Glenn Kamara is a good midfielder, obviously for Rangers. So maybe he's also gonna help you a lot. But that's really all I can say. And I guess Teemu Pukki is gonna be your main goal scorer. But that's really all I can say. There's not really. Maybe those three are gonna be the main players for you, or that could really help you. But like overall, I really don't know what else to say for this Finland team, and I do think this is a really weak Finland team. So we have to see. But hey, at least you will qualify. Although Marcus Forss can also be good, but yeah, not much really. Finland, this is a really below average team. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, Finland, but I just don't think you're really. There's not really much I can say about you. Alright, France. Oh. Now this is gonna be a long talk. Because France is this is gonna be a big one, isn't it? Well, I mean the France team is just too good to UNICEF. So you already got Hugo Lloris as a starting keeper, Steve Mandanda as a backup. He's really old, but I guess he's a fine backup. And then you got Mike Mainen, who is a future, who's probably going to be the future after Lloris retires. So we have to see. Well, yeah, he's 25. I think he's a fine keeper. We have to really see, but I do think that these two definitely, these goalkeepers are really good. You already see a lot of good goalkeepers in there, so that already tells you a lot. Afterwards, you also got the midfield. Now, defense now. Now, the defense is pretty good as well. Like, it's really good. Like Benjamin Pavard, Presnel Kimpembe, Rafael Varane. Clement Lenglet is a shaky one. Kurt Zuma's maybe kind of shaky. Lucas Digne is really good. Lucas Hernandez is great. Leo Dubois is right back, solid. And Jules Koundé is also really good. So yeah, overall a great defense. Rafael Varane and Presnel Kimpembe could be stars, or maybe Jules Koundé, Rafael Varane, or Jules Koundé, Presnel Kimpembe. A lot of options. Lucas Digne. Lucas Hernandez at left back, really interesting. Maybe Digne, maybe Hernandez, or Hernandez at center back. So many versatile players. Gonna be really interesting. I am kind of shocked that there's no Theo Hernandez after he had a great season at AC Milan. But yeah, that's how it is. Benjamin Pavard at right back, and then Leo Dubois as a backup. Maybe I think that this France team obviously really good, very good. The defense is not the best ever, but I do think this is a fine defense that can really succeed. So yeah, overall France, very good team. We have to see just how great you really play. Midfielders now. Paul Pogba, Thomas Lemar, Corentin Tolisso, N'Golo Kante, Adrien Rabiot, Moussa Sissoko, and Kingsley Coman. Now, Pogba actually had a fine season with Manchester United. I don't think he had a bad season, so he can be really good. And he usually steps up for France, so I think he's going to be fine. Thomas Lemar had a fine season at Atletico. I think he's going to be a backup, but I do think he can step up for France. We never saw. Tolisso is injury prone. Tolisso, not really much. I don't really expect too much from him. Really going to be interesting. Now, N'Golo Kante, there's shots about him getting a Ballon d'Or potentially, and that's crazy because if he does, that would be crazy. But if France win the Euros, but overall, I do think that N'Golo Kante is going to be incredibly important for France's midfield, and I do think he's going to do really well. Adrien Rabiot and Moussa Sissoko are not really the best choices. I think they could have been dropped, but yeah. And then you got Kingsley Coleman, who has a Bayern saga going on right now, something like that. So it's gonna be interesting how that goes. But yeah, overall, again, a very, very strong midfield that can really be used differently. So yeah, there you go. Pretty fine team. I don't think this France team, they're probably going to be a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. We have to see, but yeah. And then we got forwards, and Antoine Griezmann, Olivier Giroud, Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Karim Benzema, Wissam Ben Yedder, Marcus Thuram. Now, Antoine Griezmann for France is still very, very good. Barca depends really 50-50. I guess sometimes very good, sometimes not really that good. But yeah, for France, I guess he can step up. Olivier Giroud is probably going to be there as well. Really good, I guess. Although, yeah, I mean, he's called out plays good, so I guess he's really going to be there. And really going to help France out. Kylian Mbappe is going to be their probably the main go-to man, so we have to see how he does. But Kylian Mbappe really a lot of hopes. Ousmane Dembele is probably going to be like a backup to Kylian Mbappe. And yeah, let's see. Karim Benzema returning really, really is pretty big for France. And I do think I'm really happy that Benzema was finally accepted back to France. So, and I do think he's going to really help this France team. Because you already got a really good attack with Griezmann, Mbappe, and Olivier Giroud. And now you got Karim Benzema coming in. So, very, very, this attack is really scary. This France attack is incredibly scary. Then you got Wissam Ben Yedder, who's also a very good striker and had a good season again Monaco. And Marcus Thuram is obviously a young striker, I think, for a future. And I do think he can do really well. So, yeah. Whoops, sorry about that. So, Didier Deschamps definitely has a lot of good choices. And I do think I actually pretty good France to win the Euros. And I do think, and this team is just incredible. I don't know what else I can say about this team. That is, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Because this team is incredible. You can already see. So, yeah. Again, that's France. And now we got Germany. Now, this is interesting. Germany is interesting because it's not really what you would really expect it to be. Well, the Germany, because... Alright, so you got Manuel Neuer, Bernd Leno, and Kevin Trapp. Now you might be asking, where the hell is Ter Stegen? Ter Stegen had to get surgery. There's some problems, so Ter Stegen is not going to go to this Euros. So, something happened there, but Manuel Neuer is going to be the undoubtable starter. So, I think he's going to do really well. And Bernd Leno could be a really good backup. Kevin Trapp, not really the best, but yeah, that's just how they went with it. So, we just have to really see. Not much really to talk about there, as Manuel Neuer is there. Now, Antonio Rudiger had a really good season with Chelsea, so he's planning to do Marcel Halstenberg could be good, I guess, as a left back. Matthias Ginter as well. These are two that probably are not the most favorable, but yeah, not really much. Mats Hummels coming back is really big for Germany. I do think he's really deserves it. Niklas Zule, okay-ish, I guess. Lucas Klosterman, not really good. Robin Gosens as left back is pretty good, I think. Better than Halstenberg. Emre Can, not really that good. Emre Can, not really that good. Robin Koch, again, not really that good. Christian Gunter, not really that good. This defense, this Germany defense is not good. I'll be honest right now. It's really most average. This defense can easily get exploited by like a France or an Italy, or we're going to dive more into Spain and Italy, we're going to talk more about Spain and Italy later, but like France, England, could eat this defense up, and Germany really, and Portugal as well. And Germany has to be really careful when they play Portugal and France, because this defense right here, the three at the back they're using right now is clearly not really clicking that much. Sure, they just beat Latvia, but it's Latvia. So, yeah, but like this team is not really clicking that much. So I definitely think even they conceded a goal to Latvia. So, obviously, we have to see how they do. But yeah, they need to really step up. This defense is not really that good. Midfield now is very, very good. Arguably the best position. You got Joshua Kimmich, Toni Kroos, Serge Gnabry, Jonas Hofmann, Jamal Musiala, Florian Neuhaus, Leon Goretzka, Leroy Sané, and Ilkay Gündogan. So now you got Kimmich, who's going to be the main part of this team. I do think he's going to be really the main part. Toni Kroos is obviously going to be there to help the control. Serge Gnabry is probably going to be a number 10. He's a number 10, or probably as a striker. Or on the wings, Joachim Low really has to make a decision there. Jamal Musiala and Florian Neuhaus are young players who are going to be probably in the behind. Not really the starters. But Leon Goretzka is going to be also another really good midfielder who's really important. Leroy Sané is probably going to be on the wings instead of in the midfield, but that's where he is. That's where we were saying he is in. So there you go. And Ilkay Gundogan obviously he had a really good season. Man City was their top scorer in Premier League, believe it or not. But so this is a very, very interesting team. This is a really interesting midfield, and it's really good. So we have to see how this midfield how far this midfield takes, how far Germany is taken by this midfield. But yeah, very good midfield overall. Now the attack also is pretty good as well. Kai Havertz, Kevin Volland, Timo Werner, and Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller is back with Germany alongside Hummels, which is really big. I do think that's something that is really good, big, and hopefully we'll help them really do well in this year. So this is Joachim Löw's final ever big tournament, as he's stepping down and probably getting Hansi Flick. But then you got Kai Havertz, who is a very good player. Obviously, he just scored in the Champions League final against Manchester City, and had a rocky season at first at Chelsea, but then kind of got better alongside Tuchel. Obviously, that was a lot of improvement needed, but yeah, he's a really good player. Volland has a great season at Monaco, and I do think he's probably not going to be a starter, but I would probably put him as a starter because Timo Werner is really important. His pace is really deadly. He can create a lot of chances. He can pass around really. He can run fast. He can break the defenses down. That's not his problem. His problem then comes to finishing. And when you're a striker, if you're a striker, your number one job is to finish your chances. And Timo Werner is struggling with that. So that is one weakness that I see, because he can assist, but can he score a lot of goals? Probably not. So we have to see how he does there. That's why probably taking Volland, who has a really good hold-up play as well, can help Germany out more, but we have to see how it goes. And Thomas Muller as well, being back, he can help them, as a number 10. He can help them break down the defenses, make a lot of passes, get a lot of assists, help out, maybe score goals himself as well. So yeah, he's going to be really incredible. And I do think he's going to help out Joachim Löw's team. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting how Germany does. And now Hungary, I'm not going to talk too much about Hungary, really. Like, you probably can already see, like, this team is not really that. The Kulacsi net is pretty good, but I'm going to say just like feeling Kulacsi is a really good player in the net, so I guess that's all I can say here. Attila Szalai is a good midfielder, good defender, I'm sorry. I apologize. And Willi Orban are good defenders, these two. Others depends really how they do, but yeah, Attila Szalai had a good season with Fenerbahce, and Willi Orban had a good season with Leipzig. But yeah, we'll have to see how they do. I think, but that's really all I can say for midfielders. If there was Dominik Szoboszlai, I would talk about him, but there's not, as he's injured. So no, that's a really big loss for Hungary. Although the midfield is pretty below average, not really that good at all. And then you got forwards again, not the best forward line. So I can't really say much about Hungary. I don't really know a lot about Hungary, but yeah, I don't think they're really gonna get anywhere, especially the group they have. Yeah, no, not with this team. No chance. Even though I made a joke about them making it through, but yeah, no chance. Now I got Italy. Now this is they play today. Italy actually plays today. So let me just quickly check that. Yeah, for me 12 p.m. So in half an hour, Italy will be playing Turkey. Obviously a very good team. Now you got Salvatore Sirigu, Gianluigi Donnarumma, and Alex Merritt. There are good keepers. Donnarumma is going to be a starter. Of course, he's pretty much leaving AC Milan, but yeah, he's still going to be playing there, so expect him to be good. Now, next you got defenders. Now, the defenders, again, I really did talk about more about Italy. I think that this defense is overall really solid. This team is really good. The defense is really good as well. Of course, Chiellini and Bonucci bring that experience. You got Leonardo Spinazzola as left back. We got also Alessandro Bastoni as a center back right there, young center back. Florenzi as a right back. It's gonna be really interesting how they all do. But yeah, I mean, this isn't really aging defense, but I do think that they have a lot of. I do think that Bastoni is really good, of course, and we have to see how they do overall. But yeah, aging defense, but for a defender, 30 is not old. Like 30 for a defender is not old. That's not old. For a defender, they can go far. They still have like 6 years, solid 6 years left in them. And you got midfielders, and the midfielders that we got, again, this midfield is incredible because Barella and Verratti are gonna be those, as they call Messiah, and who are basically gonna be like half wingers, basically like get more involved in attacks, help them out, help the wingers out there. Italy has like helped out Lorenzo Insigne, for example. That's what Marco Verratti will do. We also got Gaetano Castrovilli and Jorginho on there, who are really also two good players. Federico Chiesa is a good midfielder. He's probably going to be the wings or as a number 10. Depends on how they play. Although, of course, Italy most likely probably going to play 4-3-3, so we'll have to see how they do. But yeah. Actually, let me just check out Italy's lineup real quick right now. If the lineups are posted, I really need to see. Oh yeah, there we are. Yeah, I kind of predicted them to go with this. We will talk about Turkey later soon, though. But yeah, this is the team that they're gonna go with. Obviously, a fine team. I'm not really surprised they're using this team, standard team. But yeah, and I mean, Federico Bernardeschi as well can be good. So yeah, forwards, then you got Andrea Bellotti, Lorenzo Insigne, Domenico Berardi, Ciro Immobile, and Giacomo Raspadori. Giacomo Raspadori has a lot of talent. He's probably not going to really start, but yeah, he's there. Overall, really good team. I think this Italy team, the attack is going to need a lot of service with midfield, but their midfield is trustworthy, so I do think they're going to do that. Overall, a very, very good team. And I have high hopes for Italy. I really have high hopes for Italy. So we gotta see how they do. Now we got Netherlands. Now Netherlands, ay. First of all, there's no good goalkeeper. Martins, Stekelenburg, and Team Krul, not the best. Team Krul, maybe for penalties, but not really. Marco Bizot as well, not good keepers. Cillessen getting COVID. Cillessen was a pretty decent keeper, I guess. For Netherlands, is now unavailable. So, yeah, Netherlands really need to get a better keeper. Like, they really need better keepers. But, yeah, that's all I'll say. Defenders, again, without Van Dijk, it's going to be tough. This Netherlands defense can be broken easily down. Like, Ake is decent. I guess De Ligt is pretty good. But that's really it. Stefan de Vrij as well. But, like, this team, this defense needs a lot of help. Owen Wijndal is still inexperienced. Denzel Dumfries as well. Not the best. Daley Blind, kind of in age. But, yeah, could help out. But, yeah, not really the best Netherlands defense. I'm trying to go through it. I don't want to take this video to 4 years. Midfielders, I don't know. Julian Timber is probably going to be as a center back instead of CDM. But, yeah. Obviously, this midfield, Jorginho Wijnaldum is pretty good. Ryan Gravenberch and Donny van de Beek and Frankie de Jong are really good. Koop Miners can be really good, but that's really all. Like David Klaassen maybe as well. Quincy Promes is not the best. It's not the best Netherlands team I really can talk about. Like, there's not much to talk about because this Netherlands team is not as good as we really expect, so we have to see how they really do. But yeah, and then you got forwards, you got Steven Bergwijn, Luke de Jong, Memphis Depay, Daniel Malen, Wout Weghorst, and Cody Gakpo. All a very, very good attack. I do think that attack is really solid, and Frank de Boer has the options there. But Frank de Boer, if Coleman was manager, I probably would have praised Netherlands more. But their team, it needs help. It needs help. Their team really needs help. But maybe they will do good well, but I actually think they're going to really severely underperform. So that's all I can say about Netherlands. They really have to, like, pull. They really have to have a tournament of their lives, basically, to really do good. They have to give games of their lives. North Macedonia, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this team. I really don't think I should spend too much time on them. Stol, Dimitrievsky are not really. I don't know a lot about them. Maybe they're all good, but we'll have to see. But yeah, not the best team, I guess. Probably one of the weakest teams there are in Euros. But yeah, and I'm not saying this. I'm not I'm not trying to be salty because they beat Georgia. No, 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 no. I'm just saying they're probably not the strongest. Again, this team defense. I guess Adrian Alioski is the one who really stands out to you. Rest, not really good. So yeah, not much to say about them. Midfield is probably their best, but again, not really that good. Maybe Enis Bardi, who had a good season with Levante, and Elif Yilmaz, who is a bright future. That's all I can really say about them. And their attack, Goran Pandev is really old, so I don't really know what they're really trying to do with that. But yeah, not really much I can say about this. I don't really know this Macedonian team really well, so we have to see how they do overall. But I don't think they're really going to do that well. Poland. Now, Poland, again, not much I can say. All I will say about Poland is Lewandowski FC. And I think they are Lewandowski FC. First of all, okay, you know what? You got decent keepers. You got Wojciech Szczesny, Skorupski, not the best keepers, but Lubisz Fabianski, but, fine keepers, I guess, Poland. But then you got defense is probably going to be Jan Bednarek, I guess, and Kamil Glik, I guess, and Berezowski. Fine players, but again, not the best really about this Poland team. I do think Poland could do well though. I do think they can do well. They're a fine team, I do think. Midfield is probably like what can I really say about this midfield? Mateusz Klich, I guess, is pretty good. Piotr Zielinski, I guess. Józwiak, Kamil Józwiak. No, Kamil Józwiak, not really. What the hell am I saying? Like Piotr Zielinski and Mateusz Klich, maybe Gregor Skrichowiak could also play well. Karol Anetti as well, but really have to see how they do. And then the forwards, and of course this man, Robert Robert Lewandowski can also be their best player. Robert Lewandowski is definitely their best player by far. He's gonna have to carry their attack because this attack I'm looking at it right now, and this is crap. This attack is really crap. But I do think that Poland, I did predict Poland to finish second, mainly because of Lewandowski. But yeah, I do think they're fine. So we have to see. No, they do. And now Portugal as the final video on this, or the final of part 2. So Patricio, again, I cannot say much about Portugal because their team is incredible. All I can say is that. Look at this. Rui Patricio, Anthony Lopez, and Rui Silva. All very good keepers. That's all I have to say. Again, defenders. Nelson Semedo, Pepe, Ruben Diaz, Rafa Guerrero, Jose Font, Joao Cancelo, Nuno Mendes. Again, very good defense. Ruben Diaz had a great season. Rafa Guerrero had a great season. He was also versatile. Joao Cancelo had a great season. Pepe, old but gold. That's all I have to say. And the backups are great. Midfielders, again, very, very good midfield. Stacked midfield. If I had to really start midfielders, probably Bruno Fernandes has to start. Probably, this is tough. See, this midfield is so good. Maybe Bruno Fernandes and maybe Bernardo Silva. I guess you can really go with that, and maybe like Ruben Neves or Joao Moutinho or maybe Renato Sanchez. Interesting, really interesting. And now you got forwards, and the forwards are incredible. First of all, of course, you can already see you got Cristiano Ronaldo in your team, so that already says a lot about you. Then you got Andre Silva, Rafa Silva, Diogo Jota, and Joao Felix. Very good attack. And you got Bernardo Silva there, Bruno Fernandes. Like, Ronaldo and Bruno are probably going to be the main players that are really going to help them. But yeah, very good team. Incredible team. incredible attack. Fernando Santos has a good team very much. So we have to see how they do, really. As they are the holders of the reigning champions of Euros. But this team will literally squash the 2016 team. So, yeah. Big upgrades. And I think that is done for the part 2. And as soon as it's going to be part 3 when I begin taking a break. So, yeah. Tune in soon.